depth of the team and how that's a good problem to have in a lot of respects when so many guys are deserving of playing time. When you have that as a manager and you're building out a lineup, how much of the lineup comes from just what's the best matchup on that day versus you trying to make sure you keep everybody involved and in rhythm?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. You look at matchups, numbers, head-to-head matchups, but in the meantime, trying to keep everyone fresh, trying to keep everyone involved and active and somehow contributing to the team. And it's a good problem to have. We had 13 guys from the position player side of things that you feel good every time you write the lineup. There's versatility, so there's a lot to like. And the good thing is that they understand that we have a deep roster, and they are staying ready for whenever they're not in the lineup and their name is called. At some point throughout the game, they're ready to go.
Mike?
Carlos, Alvarez's numbers since he's been back have been very good offensively, especially his on base, it seems. What are you kind of seeing with him? What do you like right now?
Yeah, I like the way he's using the whole field. I like when he's short to the ball, not trying to do too much. I feel like the times he's getting in trouble is when he's swinging too hard, and trying to hit the ball 800 feet. We know the power is real, but when he's short to the ball, I like how he's laying off some tough pitches at times because he's seeing a lot of breaking balls. So, yeah, I think it comes down to staying short, using the whole field, and we know the power's there.
You think last year's struggles maybe were a little bit, like you said, trying to hit the ball 800 feet?
I think it's what a young player goes through it at the big league level, learning how to make adjustments because the league will adjust. And once you establish yourself here, you got to continue to do that. And I feel like last year he went through a couple of stretches like that. And look, he's still 23, he's still learning. And he'll go through the ups and downs, but I feel like he's in a way better spot mentally to handle those moments when it's not easy for him. So I'm excited about him, and we feel like he continues to train in the right way.
One last thing, Blackburn. What's next for him? And could he be close here?
Yeah. So the next step, he's pitching again on Friday in AAA. So I think he was 465. I'm not sure what's the pitch count. We're waiting to check with him when he gets in here today and tomorrow. But the plan is for him to make another rehab on Friday.
Mark?
Carlos, we've spoken a lot about your pitching staff, but you take a look at the work that Jeremy Hefner's done with, whether it be Holmes, Canning, Brazovan, Kranick. Which is the one guy that has made the most strides, that surprised you the most from spring training to now?
Wow, that's a good question because we got a lot of them. It's hard for me to single Griffin, Canning, Clay, Holmes, maybe. But then you look at a guy like Brazovan out of that bullpen. So there's a lot of, so for me to sit here and just say one name, because we got a lot of them. I just got done talking about our position players side of things, the pitching, it doesn't matter who you give the ball, out of the bullpen or out of the starting rotation. Like, there's a lot to like, and Jeremy deserves a lot of credit, and the whole pitching group, they deserve a lot of credit because they continue to put these guys in a really good position.
Very good. Tim?
Is Manaea close to getting off the mound?
Yes. Yesterday he threw off the mound. I think it was 15 pitches. So he's progressed, continues to progress well.
For Blackburn, might that be his last rehab start Friday?
We'll see. We'll talk. We got to see how he's feeling today in the next couple of days, and then we'll go from there.
Good. Jerry?
I know you guys saw Skeens last year out in Pittsburgh, but there's not too many pitchers like this who are kind of like must-watch attractions. Like, when you're prepping for a guy like this, is there a little more anticipation on your end, a little more intrigue, or is it just kind of, just another guy you're facing on Monday night?
Yeah, no, look, we know he's really good. That's a special arm. We saw it last year. Some of our guys saw him, and the prep is basically the same. You're not going to try to do too much. You got to bring your A game just like every night at the big league level. You're facing really good competition day in and day out, and today we're facing one of the best pitchers in baseball. We'll be ready to go.
All good. Thank you, Carlos. At this time now, we'd like to invite up Ralph Kiner's son.